It's today, Master. Yes, we're back again with another banger. Oh, yes, we have another banger today. I'm going to get into something that I've come to observe from women. Which is this new strategy seems like it is the last resort to where it appears that women now feel that they can bully a man into a relationship or basically bully the man into dating them the way they want to be dated. And I spoke about this a couple of days ago. And as we know, men control the relationships, women control the access to sex and birth. But the women, it appears that they're going to tell you how short they're not going to get married or get into a serious relationship. And they're also going to tell you how long they're not going to wait. So women have this idea that they get to dictate the process from start to finish. The size of the ring, the type of ring you get. We got to consult. We need to see what we like first before you go ring shop. We need to see how long we've been invested with one another before you pop the question, because I want to have all my ducks in a row. See, you have to read between the lines in a lot of these conversations. You will find the real truth behind why the woman is trying to date you, because again, these standards and protocol only apply to the guys that she does not really like or want to be with. They do not apply to the Chads and the Tyrones that all they have to do is send a open the door text or I'm outside text and he has instant access. The strategy behind the bully dating, because what you have two different parameters that women want to try to play to catch you in the middle, which one is if you don't have your full intention listed on how you want to deal with me, and if I don't approve of it, then don't approach me, because women have a way of saying a man wasted her time in the event the relationship does not pan out in the manner in which she expected or projected it to. She will say things like, if you knew you weren't ready, why did you disturb my peace? If you didn't know this and that, why did you disturb my peace? But in reality, she doesn't feel that she wasted your time by selling a product and polishing it so good that it makes me want to purchase it. But let's put it to use. What's the durability? What's the true benefit of this item? And you find none. And you say, well, I thought this was one thing, but it's not. You don't reserve the right to feel that way. You see how ironic that is. You don't reserve the right as a man to say, no, I didn't waste your time. You wasted my time. Because I voiced an interest. I voiced my interest to you, my attraction to you. But I can't really say that I want to spend my life with you. I want to do X, Y, Z with you from day one. So women feel that you have to come with them with full intent lined out on an agenda so they can say yay or nay. This is why I say women want to be front loaded everything that they think or feel they deserve or they're going to get in a relationship before they actually embark on the relationship. And if not, she'll say no deal. Now, one must ask, how crazy is it to ask or require a man give you his full listed intent with you when he doesn't really know you as of day one? So you say, well, I'm a marriage-minded man. Okay, you're a marriage-minded man. You're dealing with this chick and that chick, because women can say date them all, sis, right? Don't women say date them all, sis? Okay, well, let's apply that. Because what's good for the goose is good for the gander, is it not? So let's apply the date them all, sis. So I have 4 of you in rotation or whatever the case may be, in which I'm vetting or dating. And you may not be what I want long term. Because again, I'm thinking, like you said, you want my full intent. So I'm thinking long term. So if I'm dealing with you for a few days, a couple weeks, and I'm seeing things, or I just feel our views don't align, I reserve the right to say, nah, this is not it. Now, if we enjoy each other's company, on another end, we have good conversations, we vibe when we go out, et cetera, et cetera. You mean to tell me to, just don't go through that experience? Nah, we're not gonna do any of that, because you're not telling me you want to be with me forever. So we're not gonna even do that. Listen, If you meet a woman or a woman meets a man, it is okay that you can enjoy each other's company, conversation. Like this whole you owe me something permanent upon meeting, approaching me shit. Absolutely not. And this is more of the woman's way of trying to bully you. They try to gaslight you into being what they want you to be at that moment, which is a savior. Ladies, you can control the sex. You can't control the relationship process as well. You want monopoly over every aspect in dealing with the man. But again, you only know or feel this from a certain age demographic, and in a lot of cases, a certain ethnic demographic. They feel that they own men and men were made for them when it was the other way around. See, when you apply this, you just ask. You'll say, "Well, baby, well, you know what's your spirituality? What's your religion?" And say, "Well, I'm a Christian." Well, the Christian has firm doctrine and instruction, which was written for a reason, I would hope. So if I ask you, well, this says this in the Bible that you say you're a Christian, so you follow the Bible, right? Yes, I do. Well, this says X, Y, Z. She'll come to you and say, "I don't agree with that." Well, you're not a Christian then, are you? Because there's certain things that your job and organizations that you may be a part of require that you not do, and is a zero tolerance policy, and you've been following that protocols from day one with no hesitation, no complaints. But when it comes to your religion, it seems sketchy, and you feel you get to pick and choose the parts that you want to follow and not follow. You see, so you have to make sure you're asking the right questions and engaging in a manner in which it cannot be masked in colorful language, because they will use the colorful language at a moment's notice to conveniently put them in an advantageous position with you. If she coming, if she, it's two things in life you'll get. You'll get people and situations. You'll get experiences. You'll get experiences from both. But you have people that are dating and interacting for a situation, i.e. situationship. And then you have people who, that's the person for me. That's the person I like. I'd rather the person for me that likes me, not the situation. Because the person that likes you and is there for you are going to be there for whatever situation is present, as long as it's not harmful, toxic, or dangerous, I would hope. But even if it's toxic or dangerous, you have women that'll more likely be with that man versus the man that does not present a toxic and dangerous environment. When you listen to the breakup stories, when you listen to the platforms, the late great Kevin Samuels and so many other podcasts who've interviewed women and asked them, so what happened with your last relationship? Well, it ended. Okay, well, why did it end it? Well, it was toxic. He was toxic. You have yet to hear a woman say the relationship ended for the man being nice. Yet you will see women disqualify men if they're too nice. Women do not want a nice, soft, masculine man. They want something they have never had, because you got beautiful women who's had pretty privilege. Most of the men who she's encountered have been nice to her. That is boring to her, because it's kind of like being a spoiled child. Once you spoil a child, that new toy is only going to last so long until it's going to wear out. You're going to have to constantly replace that new toy with a new one. And then they're not going to have any value for any of the toys that they got in the chest, because they have so many to pick from. So the privilege that a lot of men give to beautiful women, it becomes irrelevant after a while, because this is what they would expect. So now they want what is almost impossible to get, which is the top 5% man, the top 1%. You're going to have women that is going to gaslight you and use so many different talking points to put you in a position of weakness. She thinks she tells you how the relationship process goes. This is her last chance, she feels. This is where it gets aggressive. And, well, if you're not presenting me with XYZ situation specific, and the women, you feel you don't see this coming from the younger women. You don't see this coming from the women who actually gets access to the men that they like and want and desire. You get this from the women who've squandered and who've had the men of their dreams and had men that they truly desired, but was not able to retain. So now that they're up in age, they feel because they're up in age, they're up in value, and they get to dictate and determine how you date them and what you present to them. And if it's not exactly what they like and want and is what is popular, they'll spit in your face and say, no, I don't want that. And tell you, you don't reserve the right to change your mind. You don't reserve the right to, do other things. You only reserve the right to serve her. This is where we are in 2024, gentlemen. It's a bully dating strategy. It's very interesting to watch how women can tell you this is the amount of money a man has to make. This is the height. This is this. I remember I was on Facebook a few years ago, and I see it today a little bit. I saw women say, men with beards post your picture, or men that's this, phenotype or this size or this type. And you had a bunch of men in the comments posting pictures as if they were auditioning to get this woman's validation. Basically, you had these men auditioning. So when you have this going on, what do you think that's going to do to the mind of the woman? When all she has to do is make a post and hundreds of guys are in her DM and comments auditioning, peacocking to get the validation from the woman. Weak. Any woman that feels you're less than and lets you if you disrespect yourself, you go into a situation being a stepdaddy. She's going to punish you because she know she doesn't deserve you. This is why she breaks bad on you. Women's biology is going to naturally respond to you and the environment in which you put her in. So if you go into the situation being weak, or you invite her into an environment to where you're weak and she can take over that environment, she's going to punish you for that. She's going to punish you, and she's going to make sure she does it repeatedly, in which I advise women to do anyway. If he's being weak, punish him, because he has to learn some way. He has to learn. So make sure you avoid the bully dating strategy in 2024. Do not let women give you ultimatums. The moment an ultimatum is presented to you as far as the time invested in a relationship, and if you don't escalate it to marriage or anything other, you must reinforce the fact that you run the show or get rid of her, because she's going to rebel on you. And she's going to punish you because she feels she did not get something in which you owed her, or she felt she was supposed to get by finessing. She's going to punish you. I did this. I did the best head. I did the best trick, and that still didn't work. In a lot of cases, women are very spiteful. So they're going to feel they're going to get some get back. Okay, well, I'm going to make sure it hurt him. I'm going to talk to his homeboy. I'm going to do this on the way out. Women must cause some type of damage. If a woman deals with a man over a long period of time, for the most part, and the outcome is not to her benefit, she's going to find a way or make a way to get retribution because she feels it is owed to her. So you must understand how you deal with women. How you start is how you're going to finish. It's a new day and age in the dating market, but I want to hear your guys' take on this. Have you seen the bully dating strategy, the talking points from women? If you have, leave a comment. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It's the Day Master.